Hey, what's up, everybody? So it's May the 24th. I've got a little bit over a week until I head to Canada. And I'm going to try to put out a video every single day until the end of the month because I want to be as active as I possibly can until then. So thanks for joining me, May 24th. And today we're going to do a Bitcoin analysis and a market analysis based off of the volatility using an indicator called the Chandelier exit indicator that is based off of the average true range. So in a way, it's similar to moving averages, except moving averages takes the price into the account. But the Chandelier exit indicator uses the average true range, which takes into account the volatility. And the volatility is measured and it gives you a trend line that will trend above or below the price to let you know if it's bullish or bearish. So for example, in a very bullish market, we're going to see the average true range or the Chandelier exit indicator. I'll just call it the CE for short. It's going to trend below the price in a green line. And this tells you that the volatility is extremely bullish. But in a bearish market, and it could be in multiple time frames, right? So if you're taking a look on a high time frame in a very bullish market, for example, in 2017 and 2021, you're going to see on the high time frames really green below all the price. But of course, like all time frames, when you zoom into a lower time frame, there might be broken up green and red because there's also corrections in between fractals that move to the upside. So congratulations. If you guys are still here after 2020, when was the bear market? 2021 it began, right? November. And now we're all the way in 2023 May already, which is about 18 months after the bear market started to begin, and since the last all-time high. So if you're still here, man, you guys should be really proud of yourselves. Like, give yourselves a hand, give yourselves a pat on the back, and be proud of yourselves for still being here after catastrophe. I mean, we've seen major dips in the market, and especially if you've been here since 2017 as well, where you missed the first bull market, that you got into the bear market, and you're like, oh no, you probably lost a lot of money. And then 2021 came around. Maybe you didn't make as much as you wanted to. You couldn't dollar cost average, or you couldn't get into the positions that you wanted to. And then, of course, you missed another bull market, but at least you learned a lot from it. You got to take these experiences of yours that were bad and turn into something really good. Like I always tell everybody that I know, that the most successful people in the world in general, especially in crypto, are the people that are going to fail like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And it's not a matter of like how many times you fail, but more so how many times you can bounce back from it and use these really negative and bad times to persevere through the adversity and to use them as learning experiences. I'm not just talking about crypto, like that could go towards life too, right? You don't want to be in the same spot that you've always been in for a really long time. Like, you got to grow. You got to grow as a person in the mindset, and the mindset is going to grow directly proportional to your financial gains and your success and your well-being and your health as well. If you adopted a really strong mindset, you're going to have the capacity to deal with things better as stress comes up, especially when it comes to crypto. All the successful millionaires that I know in crypto, and keep in mind, I'm an influencer, so I know a little bit about the community and the people in it as well. And I talk to a lot of the people that are influencers. A lot of the people are millionaires and they've made a crap ton of money. And the common traits for all of these people is that they have failed multiple times, but they didn't give up. And with each failure, they used it as a learning experience. So be proud of yourselves if you're still here and you're waiting for this upcoming bull market, because every month that passes by, it's going to be closer to the bull market. And I know for a fact that when I come back to Turkey, I'm moving in July. I'm going to Canada, then I'm coming back in July. I'm going to Belgium, where my wife and I are moving there. And then it's going to be, time is going to pass so quickly because of the new move, the new house. And by the time you know it, it's going to be like late 2023 already, almost the Christmas holiday season. Then the bull market's going to be right around the corner, hopefully with the halving. The halving is going to, I was just checking to see I'm still recording. The halving is going to bring in some ridiculous prices leading up to it. That's where heavy accumulation starts to begin. And then before you know it, we're going to have a slow 2024 year leading to 2025. And I'm expecting 2025 to be absolutely explosive, just like in 2021, 2017 as well. So let's get into a Bitcoin technical analysis, give you guys a really quick update, and I really hope that you guys are still studying. Like, gotta make sure you study every single day, especially during this type of market. Because if you're not studying, if you don't know your strategies, how are you going to succeed in the bull market? You got to be able to backtest the strategies that you're developing now, and you got to be able to practice them and make sure you're refining them. So when the final exam is going to be like the bull market, right? During the final exam, you're not going to be able to to study a lot. You're not going to be able to pull up your notes, right? It's not going to be an open book test. You're going to be so busy because it's going to be so intense in this bull market that, like, man, study time, you had months. You had a lot of tests before that. You had a lot of homework. So the final exam, which is the bull market, you better be ready for it, guys. So this morning, when I first started getting up around 9 o'clock, I missed ARPA. Like, I completely missed ARPA. That was a really difficult coin to trade, and but waves ended up making 5 waves, so I was able to catch a short position on it, and it's one of my favorite strategies that I use. It's the 5 Elliott wave count over here, and with the 5 Elliott wave count, you're gonna look for signs like bearishly diverging RSI. You're going to look for MACD crossovers, and then you're going to look for chandelier exit indicator resistances. So with using a lot of combinations, like the chandelier exit, it rejected there, it turned red, and it moved its way down. So I was able to wake up around 8:39, catch it around here, and then go for a quick 2% with a $75,000 position. Make sure you guys are checking out the live trade if you haven't seen it. I posted it today. I was trading on my phone. So I narrated, just kind of give you my thoughts about everything. It's always good to study other people's strategies because if it's hard to develop your own, honestly, it's really hard to develop it. I've been in crypto for 8 years now, and I built my strategy off of now chandelier exit indicator, Elliott wave theory, RSI, and MACD. And I know for a fact that in the bull market, I'll be bringing in tremendous profit because I did it in 2021. I'm a very consistent trader, and if you guys don't have a strategy, you need to learn mine. Right now, there's 79 packages left. It comes with this book. I'm going to talk about it until I sell all of them. There's 79 copies of this left. I wrote another book that's really well published, really detailed. It's a companion book for the online courses. It's pretty freaking awesome, to be honest. It's like 250 pages. Right now, it goes for $9.95. But DM me, and I'm willing to give a crazy deal on it. You're going to get the online courses. You're going to get like all 25 hours online course. You're also going to get the bull market strategy guide book mailed out to you. It's the companion book. You get a lifetime Discord membership as well. And you get entered into a draw for Istanbul, Turkey. And I know for a fact that everybody who's ever picked this up, they have been in love with my strategies, and I know for a fact that you're going to do really well learning these strategies in the upcoming bull market. Much better than if you had no strategy. So check out the link below. DM me on Twitter. I want to give you guys a stupid deal on it to help you out to make sure that you're studying. So Waves used this exact strategy of mine with the chandelier exit indicator where it confirmed the top. So notice how it's all green, 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 green. Then finally it breaks. The volatility changes to red. It rejects up there, moves down, and that's where I entered the short. I entered the short after the rejection. So let's go over Bitcoin right now. I don't want to keep this video too long for you guys. I want to give you a good video every day. So if you take a look since the bear market began, you're going to notice the chandelier exit indicator. It starts to change its momentum around December range. Now, it's still a lagging indicator, right? So it's not going to identify a top for you. So the way that you use this chandelier exit is on multiple time frames. So for example, if you were to go to a lower time frame where Bitcoin hit the high over here, so once it broke up above these ranges, you can see that the trend started to change around here, around $57,000. So if you were in a long for a long time, like let's say a lot of people would enter right above the break, okay, when it changes. So when it's red and it starts to rally upwards, when it breaks above the red, it then turns green. And then once it turns green, you use below the chandelier exit indicators line here as your stop loss, as your trailing stop loss. So just as an example, if you were to enter right around here, you would have taken your profit with a 20% profit here. Okay, so that's just the idea of it. Another idea to use the chandelier exit is once it turns red, as it trends back up closer towards it, if you see a rejection, you enter a short. And then you enter the short position and you do not take profit until it turns green, right around there. So just as an example, if you entered it, say around here, near rejection, you would have been up about 30% on this trade. Now, if you take a look at the chandelier exit indicator on the Bitcoin's 3-day chart here, you're going to notice that it trended for the longest time until it actually broke out to the green side. Not only did it break out to the green side, but it also turned red one time as well. As it turns red here, it turns back green with a gigantic bullish candle that we ended up seeing. So right now, the way that we see the chandelier exit indicator is on the 2-day chart, we are actually heading to a support range. So the support range has been held since the beginning of March over here. So this range right now that we're in is an extremely strong support. So it may act as a support, it may not, okay? But you got to keep in mind that on the daily chart, we are super bearish on the daily because the chandelier exit tells us that the volatility entirely changed to the bearish side because it's now in the red zone. So on the daily, it is bearish. On the 2-day, it is bullish. So you see this right here, it's bullish because it's being held up by the green. So now what's going to happen? It's going to squeeze, okay? It's going to squeeze right here, and we're going to see something happen. Can you guys see this on the 2-day? The way that I'm drawing it right now for you? Okay, you're seeing it squeeze right now already. And this is exactly what's happening. You're seeing this pattern that's squeezing between the sloped trendline resistance that's pushing down, and you're also seeing it squeeze with the chandelier exit indicator support. So this region is going to come to an epic conclusion in the next few days, I'm guessing, before June. Only one way is going to happen. We're either going to hold as a support right here because of the 2-day chandelier exit indicator, or we're going to squeeze down because on the daily chart, it's showing much bearish momentum. If I had to predict which way it's going to go, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm going to predict that it's going to go downwards to around $25,200 is going to be our next support zone. And this is where I will most likely buy probably 5 Bitcoins for long term, add to my altcoin portfolio as well. And my portfolio are these guys here. I'm very open about it. I'm holding about $2.2 million right now. I've got about 300 to 500K left to buy, and I'm waiting for perhaps another drop, or I'm waiting for a long opportunity if we break out on strength. But as you can see, the altcoin market is starting to absolutely bleed right now. We've got some coins like Algorand that have actually made lower lows than the actual low of December. So we can see that Algorand looks like it's on its way down even further. Actually, all coins are looking pretty bearish, right? Some coins haven't broken below the January or December low yet, but most coins are getting there, in my opinion, right? Like Sol is still way above the low. DOT is still way above the low in December. Algo's below it, right? Cardano is way above it. Matic is near the low. AVAX is in between. HBAR is like in between. ICP has broken this gigantic trend line. Do you guys see this? Gigantic trend line. So now ICP is heading towards probably 4.5 range. It's going to get pretty low for the alts. So if Bitcoin gets to like 25,200, just based off of seeing the chandelier exit indicator, right? It looks like we're going to hit that range, and there's a possible bounce for the alts as well. And even if it doesn't bounce in this particular range, I'm still optimistic for Bitcoin, guys, for long term. Okay, based off of chandelier exit indicator, we see quite often that, just for example, on the 3-day, okay, I'm going to go back. We're going to see that it turns from green to red quite often, right, in the consolidation period. And then eventually it just ends up staying green the whole time. Green, 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 green. And then it finally breaks red here. and then it's red, 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 then goes green, and then it just keeps going. So in a bull market, it'll just be green consistently throughout. I'm not worried at all about if the bull market is coming. The bull market's gonna come. I've been in crypto for 8 years now, and there's no way that crypto is gonna die. Despite my sarcastic comments on Twitter, I'm honestly just joking around. I don't mean to scare anybody, and I apologize if I have scared anybody. Of course, I'm bullish on Bitcoin long term. I believe it's gonna do some astronomical numbers. And I firmly believe that everybody who is into crypto now, they're going to have an opportunity to make a tremendous amount of money. But you're only going to be able to do that if you have the right strategy, if you plan for the next upcoming bull market, if you actually know what you're doing. If you're just going to wing it and go into this bull market without any proper and formal information, you will get destroyed. Not everybody makes money in a bull market. There's this saying that anybody can look like a genius in a bull market. That's not true, okay? Because you can get shaken out very easily because of the volatility. So in my opinion, guys, just to summarize on today's video, I believe that Bitcoin's going to hit around the $25,200 range. It does not look good from a Chandelier exit indicator perspective, okay? You can also see that on the 3-day, the Chandelier exit indicator green is like, it's kind of near here, right? It's near 25,200 as you can see. So I think we're going to get there. Maybe a few more months of consolidation. Maybe we'll even hit a lower trend line. If you take a look at Bitcoin on a higher time frame, for example, the monthly, you can see that we have this major trend line. So yeah, Bitcoin may even hit $20,000, but if it does, it's a good thing. It's a good thing because it's going to retest this lower trend line. And then after that, you're going to also get an opportunity to buy altcoins at a really, really cheap price. Don't forget. And Bitcoin at a cheaper price, because 20,000 is a lot better than 50 or than 20 50,000, 26,700 right now. So make sure you guys are on top of that. Consider dollar cost averaging if it breaks to lower prices. Not only that, guys, 79 copies left. Okay. Sold one yesterday. They were really, really happy because I gave them a really good deal on it. DM me, store me $1,000. I'm going to give you a really good price that you can't refuse, and you're going to love it. And I know you're going to say to yourself, this was such a good investment. So I'll see a lot of you guys in the course. I hope that this updated you fairly well, and you have an idea of what Chandelier exit indicator is. So have a good day. Stay patient. The market is coming. I promise you, it is coming. Bye now and have a great day. If you enjoy my content, just help me out with a like. Just hit the like and the subscribe button, and I'll be very happy. Bye now.